Have you ever stood in front of a huge mountain range or a canyon and just contemplated how incredibly small you are? We live on a huge planet. We can travel for hours at hundreds of miles an hour and only go like a small portion across the planet. And I'm sure you're aware, we have many planets that are much, much bigger than ours in our solar system. 1 million Earths can fit inside the sun. And the moon, I mean, it seems like it's really close to us, but it's actually 240,000 miles away. We talk about colonizing Mars, which is our next door planet, but traveling at 25,000 miles per hour, which is the average, I think, speed of the shuttle, it would take 7 months to get to Mars. Back in August of 1977, Voyager 2 space probe was sent out to take pictures of the gas giants, Jupiter and Saturn and Neptune and Uranus, and traveling at 34,000 miles per hour. It took 12 years to get to the most distant planet of Neptune. And that's just the planets on our solar system. What about other stars? It turns out the closest star to our solar system, other than the sun, of course, which is 93 million miles from Earth, is Proxima Centauri. It's about 4.25 light years from us. So let's get a little perspective of this. A light year is a unit of distance, not a unit of time. Those of you that are used to science might have heard this. So it's how far light travels in a year. So light travels at a blistering speed of 186,000 miles every second. So at that speed, light circles the whole Earth, the whole globe, 7 times. So the Voyager 2, at the speed it was going at, would take, which is 34,000 miles an hour, would take 19,390 years to go 1 light year. 19,000 years to go 1 light year. Proxima Centauri is 4.25 light years away. Many stars that we see in the night sky are thousands of light years away. And just our Milky Way galaxy has 200 to 400 billion stars in it. It's hard to imagine each a solar system the size of ours. Like I said, 12 years to get to Neptune. And 1 light year going at 34,000 miles an hour would take 19,000 years for us to go. And our Milky Way is 100,000 light years across. We have a galaxy that we can view in our night sky called Andromeda. It's our closest galaxy to the Milky Way. That thing is 2.5 million light years away. It took light 2.5 million years to get from the Andromeda for us to see it. We're seeing it 2.5 million years in the past. So that's our nearest galaxy. And if that's not enough of a kicker, that's our nearest galaxy. There are an estimated 200 billion to 2 trillion galaxies in the visible universe, each with thousands and thousands of light years across. These sizes are just unfathomable. Hundreds of billions of galaxies, each with hundreds of billions of stars, with solar systems bigger than ours, each, and Earth just feels so insignificantly small in that scale. We can't even comprehend how big this is and the immensely small scale that we are in of our own. All of this informs a posture that I think we should legitimately take towards the universe. So in this Lessons from the Universe, we're referring to the universe as like God in some way. What if God created the universe to speak? What are some messages we're getting? So popular PhD physicist Brian Cox He has a lot of videos out there. He explains in accessible ways fascinating features of the physical universe. And in a recent video, he talks through in ways that I just did about the size of our galaxy and our solar system, the size of the universe. And he begins with this provocative claim in one of his videos that light speed is not really that fast. And the reason he says is cosmological distances are so big across galaxies and between galaxies. And in this one video I watched recently, the video panned out, as they often do, from the Earth and then out from our solar system and out into our galaxy to demonstrate how big it is. And he started to use words like, he said, it's unimaginably vast. I hope you're getting that idea. That like the times we're talking about, like 19,000 years to go 1 light year at 34,000 miles an hour. And we're talking about 4 light years for the closest star to us. And there's billions of stars. And that's just in our Milky Way. And the Andromeda is literally 2.5 million light years away. And we're talking about trillions of galaxies. It's just, he says it's unimaginably vast. These are his words. Beyond our ability to comprehend, with incomprehensible scales. Like, those are words that Brian Cox is using. Unimaginable, incomprehensible. Don't they sound like words that we would use if we were trying to describe a being that was incredible and immense, an infinitely powerful being? If God wanted to design a universe to speak of him or herself, wouldn't he or she make a universe like that was unimaginable, so big you can't even take it all in? That is the fact, in this case, of our universe. On February 14th of 1990, Carl Sagan, a famous physicist, he was working with Voyager 1, another Voyager that's going a little bit faster than Voyager 2. And it left our solar system, and he asked them to turn the craft around to take a picture backwards at our family portrait of our solar system. And it was 4 billion miles away at that time. And Carl Sagan reflected his heartfelt, sort of honest words on what he saw when he looked back at Earth, which at that point was a barely visible pale blue dot in the photo. And here are some of his words. He says, "There is perhaps no better demonstration of the folly of human conceits than this distant image. To me, it underscores our responsibility to deal more kindly with one another and to preserve and cherish the pale blue dot, the only home we've ever known." What posture does this incomprehensible vast universe instinctively inspire? I would say humility. That Carl Sagan, who was an agnostic, he came to these sobering conclusions that we are so small and we should keep a posture of humility. I've learned that humility serves me and us quite well as scientists, and as thinkers and as human beings. And it helps us keep our minds and hearts open to discovery, acknowledging how limited our perspective of this whole vast reality that we call the universe really is. It's a great lesson from the universe, and I believe a great place from which to launch any endeavor.